At Davidson's Liquor, you can make your own six-pack from wide selection of craft beers. Shop online with free delivery at davidsonsdenver.com and experience the Davidson's difference. We call this the Pick Six segment because when you go to Davidson's, you can pick 6 of your favorite craft beers and make up your own six-pack. And there you have it, Davidson's Liquors. Okay, so here's our Pick Six subject today.
I'm totally surprised that if you do the one that I suggested, I'm totally unprepared. So, and I'm always prepared.
I did the one you suggested.
Okay.
The Pick Six today is 6 reasons. I'm actually asking you for 12 things here. 6 reasons why Gary Kubiak will be successful as the Broncos head coach, and 6 reasons why Gary Kubiak might not be successful as the Broncos' new head coach.
I thought, because I sent you a suggestion, which was the 6 free agents, the Broncos, that I was going to research that. I have 4 or 5 in mind.
We'll do that another day.
Yeah, sure.
But today it's about Gary Kubiak's success or not success.
To do the other one. 6 reasons.
So how do you want to do
succeed.
this? You want to do your reasons why he will, and then your reasons why he won't, and then I'll do my 6 and 6?
No, I think I do my 6,
okay, go.
And then
go
you
for
will
it.
start the second one.
Okay.
6 reasons he will succeed is he reminds me a lot of a baseball catcher like Tim McCarver. People don't like Tim McCarver, but Tim McCarver is a brilliant mind about baseball.
Yes.
He has problems.
He's written books.
People have problems with him of talking too much. That's not Gary. Gary, from the very beginning, from the first day that we talked, wanted to be a coach, and he was like a backup catcher in baseball. He studied the game, and he not only studied the game as a lot of guys have, but he studied the game sitting right next to John Elway and being under people like Dan Reeves and Mike Shanahan. And I think that he will succeed here. He took a lousy expansion team in Texans who weren't going anywhere and got them to the playoffs. He will succeed here because he is a brilliant football mind.
Okay, that's number 1.
Number 2, he will succeed here soon because Peyton Manning's going to come back. And so he will succeed with Peyton Manning, and I'll add this, and the talent that John Elway's brought in. I think this will be a better defensive team. So he will succeed because of the defense as much as the offense.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, he is a hard worker. He works 18 hours a day. He had what I would consider, this is not a medical term, I'm not a doctor, I don't play one on TV, a quasi-stroke. It would be a minor stroke to some people, but as John McClain said, having gone through some issues, it's a major stroke.
Well, it's like the difference between major and minor surgery.
Yeah,
it's
right.
minor if it's happening to you. It's major if it's happening to me.
So I think that he is a workaholic, but I think he's corrected maybe his eating habits, maybe the way he approaches it, whether instead of staying till midnight and coming back at 4:30 in the morning, that he's going home at 10 and spending a little time with his family. So that's 3.
Number 4.
Number 4, and I'm trying to go shorter so that won't take up your time.
So that we have time for me?
Number 4, I think he has a mastery of the running game. He has studied again under Mike Shanahan and Alex Gibbs. I hope he brings back Alex Gibbs. He has a great understanding of the running game, and if you look at his history every year, they're 1 or 2 in the National Football League. Number 5 of why, because he's got John Elway's back. John Elway didn't always have John Fox's back. John Elway didn't have Tebow's back all the time. I go through people here, but John Elway wants Gary Kubiak to succeed maybe more than Gary Kubiak.
Yeah.
So is that 5?
I like that one.
Number 6, I thought one of the most important things he said was he reached out and he thanked Pat. And we all know that Pat Bowlen has Alzheimer's, and based on what I know, is really not realizing all that's going on now. But he looked into the cameras and said, I want to thank Pat for bringing me back. To acknowledge Pat and what Pat has done for him in his life as a player, a backup player. And I mean, he treated him like he was a starting player. He was a backup player for 9 years. The way he treated him in terms of salary, nice salary for being a backup quarterback, as an assistant coach, I think that proves to me that he is home again, and that being home again, he will win.
Okay. That's good. Now, while I'm doing this, I want you to think about your 6 reasons why Kubiak will not be.
I can do it.
All right, here are my 6 why I believe Gary Kubiak will be successful.
He's going to read them.
Well, I've got notes. All right. He and Peyton will like each other a lot. They're going to end up BFFs. Okay. Number 1. Number 2.
What does that mean?
Best friends forever.
Oh, because see, I had another.
You don't text that out to all your friends?
Wrong.
You don't text that out?
Well, no, because I think it's dirty.
You think it's dirty? Oh, because the middle F?
Yeah.
No, it's not like PFM. It's.
I don't even know what
best,
PFM means.
Yes, Peyton. I'll give you the first one. Peyton. The third one is Manning.
Really?
You can guess what the middle one is.
Oh, man.
You remember what they used to say about Bucky Dent?
People. Yeah, well, okay.
My number 2. Because, as you said, he has a mastery of the running game, he will make C.J. Anderson at least a 1,500-yard runner, and that will bode well for this offense and for Peyton Manning's health. Number 3, although Gary is soft-spoken when he's talking with people like us, he will not be soft-spoken when he is between those white lines or he is in those meeting rooms with those players. He is intense, he can be tough, and unlike John Fox, he will hold his players and his coaches accountable. Number 4, he will coach up Brock Osweiler. So it's not just about short-term success with, hopefully, Peyton Manning. It's about long-term success with Brock Osweiler as well. Number 5, he will be a risk taker, another thing that John Fox was not. Look, you're going to have some games during the year where you're as good or maybe not as good as the team you're facing, and in those games you have to take risks. John Fox never would take risks. He kept those timeouts in his pocket. He wouldn't let Peyton throw the ball on 3rd and 7. He wouldn't let Peyton throw the ball from his own 20-yard line with 3 timeouts left in a playoff game. Gary Kubiak will go for it. He will take risks. And number 6, he will suck up to us, the media, you and me in particular. So even if he's no good at what he does, we're going to say he's successful. Those are my 6 reasons why Kubiak will be successful.
Oh, okay. Well, number 6 sucks. Speaking of suck.
All right. Give me your 6 reasons.
I will say this. He left here not liking me very much, but you saw he came over. And
yeah,
we've had,
he has tremendous respect for
we
you.
We always had a great relationship until the end. And Mike Shannon and I had a period where, I said it was time for the.
You know what?
Those
it happens,
times.
You say or you write things about people and they don't like it,
well,
and you have a little rough patch,
and you stay,
but then you get, get friendly again.
You stay too long at a party.
Yeah.
And I've seen people at my house do that. And you go, I wonder if they would BFF go, whatever that stuff means.
All right, the 6 reasons why Gary Kubiak will not be successful.
Didn't succeed in Houston. Now I'm just telling you why I think.
Yeah.
He didn't reach the mountaintop in Houston. That would be 1. I mean, what is to say? Even though we talk about Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll, the 3rd time around for Pete, the 2nd time around they succeeded. They're in the Super Bowl. He didn't get to the AFC Championship game. He didn't get to the Super Bowl as a coach. That's number 1. Number 2, he won't be able to coach Brock Osweiler up enough to get to the mountaintop. Since we're talking about, we live in Colorado, and that's what they want is the next level. So the next level has got to be the mountaintop, winning the Super Bowl. Number 3, did he go overboard in making sure that the coaches either are returning or they from Fox's staff, or that everybody had to have like a Colorado connection? That's been questioned of it. And you and I both agreed that Fangio should have been probably the first choice. Why not?
Or at least gotten an interview.
Why not keep Adam Gase here as an offensive coordinator? Number 4, even though we both agree that he's a master of the running game, the zone blocking, 1 cut back, for those that don't know, is basically the running back goes back against the grain and then makes 1 cut. So you've got, and if the blockers do their job, but those have got to be quicker, smaller. Remember that in the 1990s, when they were successful, they were Mark Schlereth, who wasn't the biggest. He's now made a name for himself.
I think they might have had one offensive lineman who was 300 pounds.
And it might have been Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Tom Nalen, if anybody's ever seen him since he got out of football, kind of bulked up a bit, but he never was over
285, maybe.
Oh,
tops.
I don't think he was there.
Tops.
So can he get it done with guys that weigh 300 pounds? are way beyond 300 pounds. So that would be a reason he wouldn't succeed.
That's 4.
Number 5, what if they let 15 free agents get away? He won't succeed. If they got to rebuild this team all over again. And number 6 would be if he chooses not to be that aggressive coach. If he chooses not to be the aggressive coach and becomes one of those guys afraid to lose, do you know that the Detroit Lions are not in the Super Bowl because they wouldn't go for it on 4th and 1? They chose to whine and cry about penalties not being called. You had a chance to overcome that by going on 4th and 1. Green Bay is not in the Super Bowl because they didn't go for it on 1st and goal at the 1.
Settled for field goals.
1st and goal at the 2. So those are coaches that play to lose. Gary, you will lose here if you choose to play not to lose.
Okay, that's 6. My half dozen coming up.
No notes.
My 6 reasons. Good. Give him a medal.
Yeah.
My 6 reasons that Gary might not be successful here. Number 1, he's going to piss off Peyton by making him run the Jake Plummer offense and having him bootleg all game long. It's a joke.
Were these supposed to be
It's a
funny?
joke. No. Number 2, you know how we kept hearing from the Broncos coaches, including John Fox, how explosive Ronnie Hillman was? All right. Gary Kubiak is going to watch Ronnie Hillman in practice and say, boy, he's explosive. Maybe he should be my starting running back. No, Gary, C.J. Anderson, okay? Number 3, he will be too soft-spoken on and off the field. Possible?
You went in a different direction from
Number
me,
4, number 4, Brock Osweiler will be pissed off that he's not playing, and he will not listen to Gary as Gary tries to coach him up. Number 5, he's 53. He's worried about his health. It's his last coaching job, possibly head coaching job, and he won't take any risks. And number 6, he'll just suck, and we'll tell everybody he sucks.
Okay.
Because he didn't get it done in Houston.
Well, I promised myself today I wouldn't really chew on your ass today. So I won't respond to what you said.